guys, welcome back to Belqi's Twist. This is the continuation of my last episode where I made pulled pork scalloped potatoes from leftover pulled pork that I made for the Super Bowl. And I actually had that with rice and beans, which of course very Latin, but so good. And this time I'm going to be making mac and cheese with pulled pork sprinkled all in it. So I'm so excited to make this for you. And I'm just gonna do the same thing I did for the last recipe, and that is I'm going to take some of the pulled pork that I have left over on my beautiful cutting board that I love. Thank you, Heath, that custom sheds. I will put in his link as well so that you can check out his work. So I'm gonna chop it up, and this time I'm gonna chop it up as small as possible because I don't want big chunks. I just kind of want it to kind of, you get bites of it as you're going eating the noodles. And I'm going to use centenali, so that's kind of like the pasta that swirls a bit. And I'm just breaking this up in small pieces. And I'm not gonna put like a ton of it. I'm just gonna put a nice little amount so that you get enough, but you don't get too much where it overtakes the cheese. Because remember, then you'll be having to add a lot more cheese, and you don't wanna do that. So here we go. Chop, chop, chop. So I'm finishing up my pasta right now, 3 minutes to go. And in the meantime, I heated up the oven to 375 because once I'm done assembling the mac and cheese with the pulled pork, it's going to go in the oven for a few minutes so that it can get nice and crispy on the top because I'm going to be putting panko over it. It's gonna be pretty cool. I think you're gonna love it. Yes, you are. I'm testing my skillet right now because I want to make sure I don't burn my butter. I don't think I am. I'm going to take my time, and the butter's going to go in. It's going to start melting. Once it melts, I'm going to add my flour. Here we go. Coming together, yay! And now, because it's not super hot, I don't have to worry about it. I just put in my flour, and then I stir, 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 stir. And of course I don't want to make a big mess, so I'm going to take my time and do it slow and bring it in and just keep going. And you see how smooth it is? It's like, it's perfect, it's smooth. I'm going to bring in some of the other flour that's on the sides just for the heck of bringing it in. But here we go, perfection. And very simple. This is actually probably one of the simplest mac and cheese recipes you'll ever make. I'm going to add 1 cup of milk. I use 2% because I like 2% milk. And my kids, of course, drink 2%. So 2% is always on hand here. And I'm going to stir very, very well. And I'm going to add, in this case, I'm going with 2 cups heavy cream. Oh, beauty. I'm going to take some black pepper. I don't like a lot of black pepper, so I just put in a little bit, and about, I don't know, a teaspoon ground mustard. And I eyeball everything. And even if you have a little bit more, that's okay. Mustard is always great in a mac and cheese. Stir. And then I'm gonna let this come up to a little bit of a boil, and then I'm going to add the cheese. And I'm gonna go get the cheese in a minute. So it's super simple, right? Super simple. Yay, it's come to a bubble. I'm so excited. Okay, so now that I see that it's thickening, I am going to add cheddar cheese. Ooh. And I am going to just shake this around. I actually should have probably put it in a much, much, much bigger pan, I mean. Oh Lord, but I'll be fine. This is gonna melt. This is going to be awesome. Okay, just melt away, my friends. Just melt. I'm gonna shut it off because the cheese is already melted, so I don't need anything else other than to transfer this to my next skillet. Yeah, And I'm gonna do something different too, because my son, Evan, hates when I put anything into the mac and cheese. So I'm gonna set aside some mac and cheese for him. That way I don't have to worry about him not wanting to eat it because, well, mommy put pulled pork in it. So I'm actually going to set his aside. So I took about half of it just for Evan. This is how much I love you, Evan, that I'm literally messing up my recipe while I'm cooking it on YouTube so that you can have how you like it. But you know what? That's what moms do, right? So I'm gonna take a nice big spoon, and you can always do the same thing if your kids are picky eaters like Evan is. So just add some of that cheese. Just gooey and perfect. You know what? I might have enough space to add the other stuff in here and put it in the oven right here. So let's see. And I'm just gonna be real slow with this. A little messy, but whatever. It'll work out. So I'm gonna put in this pasta and I'll fold it in. So that way, let me get another spoon. I'm gonna fold it in lightly. And I've already shut this off, so it's no longer cooking. And then I'm just gonna fold it in. And then I'm going to proceed with the pulled pork. And this is when it gets fun and beautiful and perfect. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Here's a little hero coming in. Okay, Mr. Papito. Let's go. Look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Why are you so cute? I don't know. I just think you're adorable. Okay, and I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna put it over it this way, just a little bit. So it's not a ton, just a little bit. And then I am going to take my panko and I'm going to sprinkle it over this beauty, just like that. And I'm not gonna do too much, just a little bit. And I'm going to spray it with some butter. So that way it has a nice golden crust. So it worked out in the skillet. Okay, that's it. Now let's get the spray. Here I am with my butter spray, just a little bit, very little. And now off into the oven it will go. Clean up. Otherwise my mom might knock on the door and spank me. Don't tell her I said that. I am about to take these out. Oh my God, gorgeous. Now I did put it on broil towards the end because it was taking a little bit to get that little golden color. So I wanted to make sure that it didn't overcook the noodles. So look how beautiful it is. I'm so excited. I am going to take pictures of it. You know the drill. I have to take pictures before I can bite into it, especially because it's so pretty. So I will be back. Let's take pictures. Now I get to taste my beautiful and amazing mac and cheese with pulled pork. I know that when you have this, you are going to love it. Again, the recipe for the pulled pork is right here. All you have to do is make a big batch, big pork butt, and you can make all the dishes that you've seen here today, last episode, and the other posts on my blog where I show you how to make pork sliders, pulled pork sliders, and toasts, and of course now these two. It's amazing. So there's so much you can do. You have absolutely no excuses. You can make this. And of course I tasted it when I was shooting it, and I'm gonna taste it again. It's perfection. Super creamy. There's the tartness of that cheese. The white cheddar is super delicious. Then you have the crunchy of the panko on top. Oh my God, and then you get the little bits of the pulled pork with that Latin seasoning, which is, oh my God, it just, you see like there's that one little piece, I just had to have it. It's perfection. You must make it. And if you do, let me know in the comments, okay? Now I have to stuff my show on my face. I can't talk. I'm really tasting the pulled pork right now and I don't want to stop eating it. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye.